Kashering a counter for Pesach, or for that matter for year-round, can be messy and potentially even dangerous. It involves taking boiling hot water and pouring it on all the surfaces really carefully, and it's not an easy job. Definitely has the potential for being, a person has to be extra careful, and it can make a real mess in the kitchen. So there are lots of people who would like to use a steamer instead. Steamers are these devices built to shoot out hot water or steam, and are used for cleaning, and are, from a safety perspective, are easier to deal with, and are also much less messy. They leave much less water behind, and are easy to work with. Well, the reason, as a rule, we generally tell people that they cannot use a steamer for kashering, and the reason is as follows. There are two of the conditions that we have in order to kasher a counter are that we need to kasher with water in the liquid form rather than water in the steam form. So it needs, one condition is that it has to be water. And the second condition is that that water has to be, give or take, at a boiling temperature. Excuse me. So what happens with steamers is they tend to meet one of these conditions without the other one. Either they give out steam that's in a vapor and there's no liquid on the counter at all. They make no water at all. They may be hot, but there's no water. Or they give out water, but the water's not very hot. The water's not hot enough to kasher with. It tends to be one or the other. And therefore, as a rule, we tell people that steamers are not good enough for kashering. Now, there are devices that can accomplish a kashering. There are some that are used on industrially, like in a commercial kitchen they might kasher with a very expensive rented piece of equipment. The CRC had a particular one that we used, it cost $1,000 or so. We bought it and tried it, and it was effective. It did hot water on the counters that was in liquid form. And there are some people who have made specially modified devices. They sort of put it together themselves in ways that it did all of those. But by and large, the general ones that we see out in the market are not capable of doing both hot water that is in liquid form as hot enough water that's in liquid form, and therefore generally we do not recommend kashering with steamers.